Hey, welcome to the Bill and Frantz show. I'm Frantz.
I'm Bill, and here we are in this great state of Oregon. Behind me, if you can see it, is Mount Hood. To the east, and to east of that is the city of Portland. And we're going to explore a few places in Portland, and we're going to experience some music, and even a little bit of tap dancing, and we're going to meet a comic artist. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up? This is our special Oregon show. That's how we do it on the Bill and Frantz show. Hey, now we're gonna meet Corin See. He's a comic book artist among many other things.
Would you tell us a little bit, just a little bit, about Mount Hood, which is behind us? Should we be so lucky to see it?
Mount Hood is a stratovolcano, meaning it's made in layers, like strato, whatever that means. Strato, layers. Strategy? I don't know. Stratego. Anyway.
That'll make you think.
It's 11,235 feet tall, I believe.
Dormant volcano?
A dormant volcano, meaning it has stinky fumaroles on the south side, around the crater, where people get knocked out by gases sometimes and fall in and die. And it is a very highly climbed mountain because it is convenient to Portland. And it's here in the northwest quadrant of the state of Oregon.
By the way, Black Butte does not officially sponsor
Or endorse.
the Bill and Frantz show. Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the comics you're working on. There's one called Wait for John. Tell us about that.
I had an assignment. I'm taking a class at the IPRC, which is the Independent Publishers Resource Center in Portland, Oregon, and it's a year-long certificate program. And one of our assignments from my teacher, John Isaacson, was to do an adaptation comic, and the source of the adaptation could be anything as long as you didn't create it yourself. So I took a story that I liked that was from a collection of ghost stories from Tennessee and Kentucky called Ghosts Along the Cumberland, and the story is called Wait for John, and it's about a traveler who stays in a haunted house and meets some unusual cats. A traveler has decided that he doesn't want to stay in the friendly farmer's house because he'd have to do chores and he's lazy, so instead he goes back to the somewhat broken down haunted house, and while there he collects some firewood and he makes a fire, and then a cat shows up and starts to sit in front of the fire and stare at him. Dun dun dun.
So the cats stare at the dude, and something scary happens, but you'll have to read the comic to find out what finally happens. Well, thank you, Corin, for sharing that story with us and a little bit about the mountain. And that's how we do it on the Bill and Frantz show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to just give a shout out to my boy Kenny B in Oregon, West Salem, Oregon. You know, I went up there and kicked it with him for a minute. He wanted me to be, shout out the show. But this is your shout out, so don't say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I got you. All right? Peace.
Here we are on Mount Hood. Mount Hood is actually behind you. I can see it great, but you can't. Instead, in the distance, you can see Mount Jefferson. And in front of Mount Jefferson is the Timberline Lodge, most famous for most people for being being seen in The Shining. Enjoy.
Piggy, not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin.
Green and blue and white, colors of summertime. Sun through the vine leaves clouds between, it glows. Crickets, bees, and butterflies click and buzz in silent rhyme, keeping time it flows. The sun is warm, it's all right there. Yellow, black, and blue, color of the sky at night. Moon through the vines leaves stars between it glows. Green and blue and white, colors of summertime. Sun through the vine leaves clouds between it glows.
Hey, now we're gonna meet Abigail Grush. She is a musician and more.
Okay, here we are in the Bill and Frantz show with Abigail Grush, the musician, local musician in Portland, Oregon. And one of the many instruments she plays is the accordion. Can you tell us about the accordion?
I can. The accordion is an instrument that has reeds in it and bellows, which blow air through the reeds to make sound. So this style is called a keyboard accordion because it has keys like a piano, black keys and white keys, and it's set up pretty much the same. I mean, yes, the same way, not pretty much, the same way as a piano, with the same notes. And then the other side are the bass keys.
Bass.
And this is a 120 button accordion, bass key accordion.
There's a lot of buttons.
Some have more, some have less. This is pretty common. So let's see, the bass keys the buttons are arranged by fifths, intervals of fifths. So like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And then with an alternating bass row, which is the third, C, E, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can do kind of like something like that.
So you play the chords in the left hand and the melody on the right hand.
Yes. But you could play chords in the right hand also. There are many different styles of playing accordion. And actually accordion is an instrument that makes an appearance in almost every country, in almost every culture. I have a really interesting CD. It's a 3 CD set called Planet Accordion, and it has accordion music from the United States and from China and Africa and South America and Sweden. I mean, just anywhere you can think of, there's some form of accordion there.
So this kind of, and they have different kinds of
And
accordion.
different
For
kinds.
example, this kind of accordion has a keyboard and buttons, but many only have buttons.
That's right. Some only have buttons. There's concertina, which are the little ones that just have buttons, and it has a different sound whether you're pulling it out or pushing it in, sucking or blowing. The
Like a
notes
harmonica.
different, like a harmonica. This is the same, no matter which direction you go. And this style also the buttons. So you have the bass notes, then you have major chords, and then the minor, which is sad, and then the dominant seventh. Whoops. different chords with each hand, and then diminished.
Very spooky.
Yes. And so with all of that, it's a very versatile instrument, and it's also very heavy.
But she's strong woman. What were we saying?
We're talking about the other activity that I do in addition to playing music.
So here we are again with Abigail Grush of Abigail Grush. Here we are again with Abigail Grush of abigailgrush.com. Anyway, we know that she plays accordion. We some of us know that she's a songwriter and composer of the genius type. And she also plays guitar and teaches guitar and piano. Thank you very much. You can get information about that at the same website. And she also has been learning about tap dancing.
That's right.
What's tap dancing?
Tap dancing is dancing with shoes that have little metal taps on the bottom, so they make noise, like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Eleanor Powell.
And Ann Miller.
And Ann Miller. And many others. And about a year ago, I started taking tap lessons at Hollywood Dance here in Portland, Oregon, with Judy Tibbles, who is an amazing tap dancer and instructor. And it's really super fun. I really enjoy it.
Are you going to dance for us?
I will dance for us. So this step is called the 1, 2, 3, 4. It might have some other names, because lots of times these steps have different names depending on the teacher. I take lessons with Judy Tibbles at Hollywood Dance Studio in Portland, and she calls it 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason why it's called 1, 2, 3, 4 is you stomp 1, and then you do some stuff, then you stomp 1, 2, and do some stuff, 3 stomps, do some stuff, 4 stomps, do some stuff. So here it is.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up our Oregon episode.
Hey, we want to thank Abigail Grush and Corin See. You guys were wonderful. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. See you next time.